Hey everybody, it's your boy Gregory Martin, newest member of the Boss Kid Inc. And we got two guests today, and I want them to introduce themselves
Hey, it's me, Now Pond, back again.
Hey, it's Jalen. I'm back once again as well.
the right way. And we're gonna be talking about support system. And my first question is, why is support system important? Support system, it is somebody who is reliable, like somebody who you need somebody to talk to. They always does. Somebody, if you're in need of like need help with homework, need a place to go, like they need a ride, or somebody's like when you down, they be like, hey, let's go outside, let's go do something.
Hmm. Oh, I get it.
I think support systems are important because it's just true that everyone needs one. You always need people to go advice to, or like tell you different ways to do things, and also people who have already been through what you're going through. So that's why I think they're like essential in your life.
A support system is very important because it builds a community and builds trust in each other. And that helps a lot with like workplace, with your friendships, right? Like you don't want to, I think now with culture now, people think about everything as being a transaction. So they're always like, oh, I don't want to help my friend right to the airport. They can just take an Uber. But it's like those small things build trust with your community.
I always knew I could trust you, buddy.
It like gives you more of a circle you can talk to, people you can trust around you. And you have to start by doing that by being a support system. You got to be reliable. You got to not skip out on things. You got to be there for your community.
Yeah, that's all I really have to say about it. Um, for me, sometimes having a support system is hard because there's only so many people you trust. That's kind of like what Nala is describing. So I guess like a question I would pose to you all is like, who do you like pick to be your support system?
I'll say both my parents, my siblings, and my friends. And
That's how you know that your family loves you.
how do you know somebody belongs in your support system? And it just go back to reliability. Because you got friends that just want to just go party, but you can't just always party all the time. Like when you in a tough state of mind, like you don't want to go nowhere, like depression, I say that like who can you really count on? Like who are you really opening up to, or who you feel like you trust to be like, hey, this is what I got going on.
And with that like party analogy there, for example, right? For example, of like what a support system is you're at a party, say you drank too much, who's driving you home? That's a support system right there. Somebody that you know is able to pick you up, drive you home if you need help. Someone has to not drink if you're all hanging out. That's a support right there because that's the person who's intentionally trying to take care of you and be reliable so that you can be free and do stuff. And then later in the future, you can be that person for them, right? And I think support systems are very important. So I think someone who's trustworthy, somebody who doesn't flake out on things, somebody who also explains if they can't go somewhere instead of just not responding. Now a lot of people just ghost people when they don't want to do something. And that is kind of unreliable because then you can't really trust that person to be there when you actually need them to be there. Like if you can't go to something, say that. And even like just try to reschedule it. Right? So like that's something that like I'm trying to build trust between y'all by telling y'all I can't do something and then trying to make sure it happens in the future so I can actually do it instead of just flaking out and never saying anything.
Definitely, but that also lead into accountability. Because you can rely on somebody they could do something for you. But and Jalen
Yeah.
got something to say.
Oh no, I was just gonna ask another question. Like based off your responses. So like, how many people are in your support system that like aren't in your immediate family?
That's good. I guess I never thought about like who's in my support system before, you know, like because also it does change. Like the same person isn't always my support system. A lot of times people in my support system are like my family, of course, especially my parents, and then like my friends. My friends tend to be my support system a lot too. What about for you, Jalen?
I mean, I feel like it's the same. Definitely my family, and my friends are kind of one, but I don't like lean on them as much to like support me with my emotions and what I'm going through. I might more so only use my family for real.
Oh, snap. This is getting interesting.
I also to answer your question, I could think of like 6 people, and it's friends from back at home and also friends that I made at college, and they've been like different parts of my life and the season that I was that I've been in. I'll say that.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess it really like, because I guess your support system isn't always like the largest group. It's always like people that you trust to get things done, and that will help you. But I think for emotional support, I think I do definitely rely on my friends more than my parents and my family. I think there's always just like an awkward kind of barrier for some people between like your parents and your friends when it comes to like emotional stuff.
It was super awkward.
So like I talk to my friends about my emotions a lot. What about y'all?
Well, on
Especially
emotional
as
standpoint,
men. Especially as men. Like how do y'all have a support system?
on my end, you got to get comfortable with speaking up, and I started doing that in high school. Like I used to always hold it in. My pops always tell me like don't bottle up my emotions and so on. Until my teacher had us write a story like what's the toughest thing that we had to deal with and write it. And once I wrote it, it helped me start expressing myself more, as well as building that trust with somebody on an emotional standpoint, like with your friends. Like your friends probably don't even know what's the tough things that you got going on. They just see the flat surface.
Again, a good point.
Like until you and your friend have another conversation, be like, hey, can we talk about this? Or as well as also being observant on the traits that they do have, and be like, do you really trust them on this point? Because everybody got different type of support system as well as friends. So they're not gonna tell them about certain things.
What about you, Jalen?
I don't really like sometimes I don't really talk to my friends about my emotions that much, but they talk to me about their emotions. So like I like kind of I help them and whatnot, but I'm not as like openly available as everyone else is.
You guys are the best!
But that's for the most part because I feel like I'll be doing fine for the most part. So like a lot of time I don't have a lot of things to talk about because it's just like I'm more so like I'm just on to the next thing type of person. Like, that's my mentality. Like I release a lot of things, I let it go. So I feel like emotionally in a good space.
I can say is like you want your person also to be like pretty emotionally like secure with themselves as well, because you don't want to have like a volatile safe space. You want to like you kind of want a bit of consistency, and if the person can't be that emotional space for you, you want them to like tell you so that you should know like what to expect from everybody. Like not everybody can do everything for you, you know. And so I think that's very important. A question I would say is, since we're boss kids, we're talking about business and entrepreneurship. How does a support system apply for work? Apply for like being in a workplace?
Being honest, being straightforward, like know your personnel as well as the other person. And what I mean by that, knowing how to talk to them and make sure they know how to talk to you the correct way, because somebody could talk to you the wrong way and you might just tune them out and you don't know how to respond to them. So you gotta set that boundary on both ends.
I view emotional support at work as like adjusting to the work environment and like the work politics that there is. Like for instance, like your parents and whatnot have been through that already, so that's that helped like me in adjusting into like different work environments and whatnot.
In that case, let's get to work.
Yeah, I wondered this because I'm looking at a survey by the PwC. I guess it's a library, and they did a study about like trustworthiness, and like I think that's really important for a support system, right? And for work, it mentions that like 93% of business executives agree that building and maintaining trust improves the bottom line, so like helps with your work. And then 94 executives say that they face at least one challenge when like building trust with their stakeholders and like their employees. And then 86% of executives say that they're highly trust their employees, but only 60% of employees feel like they're being trusted.
Oh, wow.
So there's like a discrepancy on how much the employee feels like they're being trusted compared to like how much the employee has to trust the executive or their boss, right? And so how do y'all think you can build trust between like trust in like kind of a workplace kind of support system? Doesn't be the same like emotional level as like outside of our support system, but how do you think you can build that with your colleagues and your friends and your employees?
I feel like you have to communicate effectively, like 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 advocating for yourself and whatnot, and like really like establishing boundaries and like what you're comfortable and what you're not, like what's gonna go with you and what's not gonna go with you. I feel like if you're very upfront with who you are, like it won't be like too hard for you to adjust and whatnot. And everyone will know who you are and like what to do and what not to do and how to communicate with you.
I talked, and my hope is that you listened.
How I look at things, lead with honesty, because only thing you got, in my opinion, is your word. So when you go back on your word, it's gonna be hard for somebody to look at you the same way because you didn't pull through. You didn't hold on to your word. So I'll just say just honesty. Like if you don't know how to do something, let that be known. Or if you feel some type of way, going back to what Jalen was saying with setting the boundary, like you have a voice, use it.
And you know what? Sometimes you just got to do the right thing. Okay, you got to do the right thing, even if it's not what you want.
Exactly, yeah, and I agree with that. I think a very important part about building that support system and building trust between yourself, your colleagues, and your friends, a big thing is time management, like accountability. So making sure that you're actually like following through the things you're saying and that you can be reliable to at least communicate if you can't or can do something. Like just don't ghost them, communicate with them. And also like being able to stand up for yourself and say what you want, so that, because that also makes the person feel comfortable saying what they want, right? That's reciprocity of like you both are able to like effectively communicate. And you can trust the other person's gonna like do the thing they said they're gonna do at the time they said they're gonna do it, and that you do the same. I think that works for both like team building, support systems, and for a workplace and within friendship. I think it goes for everything.
Yes.
Yeah, and I got another question. Like, if somebody, this is just advice for y'all guests to somebody. Like, what if somebody feel like they don't have a strong support system? Where should they like? How should they start? Or where should they start?
For some people, I say like family. Like for me, that's what I always initially viewed as my support system. But it can also be in like your closest friends. Like those would be like generally to me like the safest places to look for your support system, and like telling someone something because like they actually care.
These ain't opinions. These are facts.
For me, I think a very big part about building your support system is about like being, because like not everybody has their family, you know, some people have abusive parents, some people got kicked out for like, you know, maybe their sexuality or something like that, like, you know, that might have been why they don't have their family. So if you don't have that, a very big thing is to like join a community, like get a hobby and join a community for that hobby.
Correct. Absolutely 100% factual.
Make friends, try to communicate with people around you. Don't just like hide yourself, befriend the people around you as well, because you don't know who can be so reliable if you never even try.
I want to say thank y'all for tuning in for this good episode, and as well as you don't got to do everything alone. Like open up, It's okay. You got this. And most importantly, be a boss kid. Because, you know, we Boss Kid Inc. over here.
Yes! That's awesome!
And
Exactly.
Barton right here. And I want to let everybody know, I want to thank my guests, but also giving nice insight and input as well. I want to just thank y'all.
Yeah, and also make sure, first in the comments, comment what do you think a support system is and who your support system is. Like, you know, have any opinions on anything we said here? Comment them down below. Also, make sure to look at our social medias, our Instagram, our LinkedIn, all of our social media accounts. You can check them out, and our newsletter. They should be in that description or not linked to our channel. So check those things out before. And it was nice having this conversation with everybody. I enjoyed our talks. It was very interesting.
Yeah.
But I think we should say goodbye for now. Join us for our next episode. Bye, Boss Kids.
Bye.
Hey, Boss Kids Inc. family. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Before you go, we have a small favor to ask that could make a huge difference. As a nonprofit, Boss Kids Inc. relies on the support of generous people like you to keep our mission going strong. Every donation, no matter how small, helps us create more amazing content, empower young leaders, and grow this incredible community. You can find the donation link right below this video. Your support means the world to us. And don't forget to like this video and hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. Thank you for being a part of the Boss Kids Inc. family. We'll see you next time.